Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the first round of the GW Climax. This time we have a six-man elimination battle royal. Now, unlike the over-the-top rope battle royal you saw prior to the tournament, where it was just over the top, this matchup, you can't leave the ring, and we wait until there is a last man standing. So it is pinfall and give up all the way through. One man will survive. Here comes Riddick, who is one half of the Shades of Black with Agent 47. There we go. And Riddick has had quite a lot of momentum built up upon him lately as he beat Neo and the Keanu connection for the rights to the name. And he made Neo tap out to the Riddick clutch. And putting all that behind him, being able to keep the intellectual property name, these two badass baldies are looking to really make a statement here in CIW. And Riddick has said the one thing that is the Shades of Black have yet to achieve is World Championship greatness. So both of these guys have said it's time to make the push. We know we can do it, but it's going to be a tough order here. Got seeded poorly, did Riddick, because he's going to have to go through 5 other guys, and it's only these two six-man that are elimination matches. So the true unlucky 12 that have made it into this batch. Here comes Frozone, who fared very poorly in the over-the-top rope battle royal, was eliminated in mere seconds after being welcomed back and then soon departed. Hoping to do a little better with the rules a little different, as Frozone looking to make a statement here. Now, not many of you know this, but in the house show era, back in 2013, in the late years of 2013, before we launched on February 2nd of 2014, I was sending house shows to JOSHAGEDDON, and Frozone actually became the Exceeds champion in those house shows. But as far as actual CIW is concerned, has not achieved championship success, save for the tag team championships with Mr. Incredible. But he could be an Exceeds champion if he wanted to, but he could be a World's champion if he wins this tournament. And here comes Sky, the Blue Ranger, who is probably looking at what happened just a couple of matchups ago with the Red Ranger and Sub-Zero and Satan, and probably not liking his chances, considering the Red Ranger in one night in beating Sub-Zero a couple weeks ago did a lot more than the Rangers have in quite some time when they haven't been fighting each other. But there was the Blue Ranger, and now here comes this guy right here, as we have seen quite a lot of what this guy is capable of. The Exceeds guru, I would call him almost. He has won more Exceeds championships than anybody. He's a 3-time champion, tied with Aquaman. As this man has really never had World Championship contention in his periphery. Has entered a couple of these tournaments, and it has worked out for better or worse. The last time we saw him was in a losing effort to Brandon Ulrich and Nathan Von Schrader, the Forgotten Fighters, in a tag match. As Nathan Von Schrader will be in this tournament, as will Johnny Cage. Sagat has a World's title match, and Ken Masters has an Exceeds championship match. I didn't even realize that. The Forgotten Fighters are in 2 of our championship matches at Doomsday. Oh, good lord. Well, and here comes Ermac, 1/3 of Cold Rain and Souls, who is still basking in the victory that he achieved along with his cohorts in the Elimination Chamber 6-man tag at the WrestleBration 11, where they defeated Scorpion and Noob Smoke. And Ermac looking to make another step in the right direction. The last time Ermac was in a championship match was in the second matchup, the second ever pay-per-view of CIW, which was Doomsday of 2014. And so that has been made a long way, or maybe it's 2015 at that point. I believe it's 2015 at that point. I can't quite remember how much time we took off in between shows. I think it was 2014, right? Yeah, in the very beginning, right? That's right. What am I saying? The second ever pay-per-view Doomsday, where Ermac and Satan fought, and Satan was, of course, the winner and declared our first champion. And since then, Ermac has tried, and he has not quite succeeded. But he has made some helpful allies in Sub-Zero and reign, but probably is not feeling too great considering what Sub-Zero went through in that same matchup with Satan just a couple of days ago. Looking to maybe make it one step further. Here comes Mr. Clean. Now, Mr. Clean has had quite an interesting rivalry over the past couple of months with Majin Buu, and actually both of them have traded victories on each other heading into this tournament. And Majin Buu we will see in a couple of days taking on King, one of the incoming talent, the cute little kitty cat who won the incoming talent battle royal prior to the tournament. And Mr. Clean coming up with some momentum. I mean, beating Majin Buu is still a hell of a statement to make if you're Mr. Clean, who has had a former tag champion in his own right. World Championship has not been won on his radar until now. If he can win this tournament, here we go. And remember, it is pinfall elimination or submission elimination. No disqualification. You cannot leave the ring. And we will figure out which one of these last men standing will advance. And now just gut punches from Riddick into Ermac. And folks, forgive me that we drew these commentary matches by random to see what the commentary table was going to look like. And I ended up just drawing by myself for a 6-man elimination. So bear with me as I try to recount all of the action for you. As referee John Goodman is going to try and just stay conscious here in this matchup. There are going to be a lot of limbs flying. But folks, if John Goodman does get hurt, you have to like, you have to share, you have to subscribe, you have to slam that bell button, elbow drop it just like Mr. Clean elbow drop Sky, and hit that bell button, switch it to all for all things CIW, to hashtag Save a Referee Today. That was a great top rope armbar that we just saw from Riddick, and now the leg to the back, the ninja special from Frozone onto Mr. Clean. Could get Mr. Clean to tap out right here. And now a back suplex from Ermac on to Riddick. 6 men, and we are going to whittle them down until there is one person left in this battle royal. And now look at Dragon Sleeper from Mr. Clean to Frozone. And Frozone definitely does not want to be the first one eliminated again in this matchup, I'm sure. And now that big elbow drop from Riddick. Because all 6 of these guys would love nothing more than to advance in this tournament. And what a coup it would be for any of them, really. Like, oh, what a shining wizard kick to Mr. Clean by Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot especially. You know, he has been synonymous with the Exceeds Championship for a long time. I mean, it is a notorious rivalry with Sub-Zero, his brother. That, I mean, they're still fighting. They just faced each other in the Elimination Chamber. It's been absolutely insane what Noob Saibot has meant to CIW, and to propel him into a world title. Oh, cover onto the Blue Ranger 2, and only 2 as the Blue Ranger almost eliminated first, to the surprise of nobody. What a spike DDT from Saibot. As all 6 of these men trying to jockey for some position here, and Riddick moving with some very impressive agility. Mr. Clean with a headlock onto Frozone. As all of these men looking forward to where they wind up on the second round in a bulldog. And actually, the interesting thing is in the second round, if you read the number system, I believe the winner of this matchup will be in a singles match in round 2, which is definitely a big plus. You know, to go from a match of this caliber to something like a singles match, definitely or a prize for the winner for toughing it out here and getting the unlucky draw in the first round. As folks, we have been keeping up. There is a document in the description that is keeping up with the tournament, all of the matches when they're airing, who's in what match situation. Just keep up to date. You will see it all. And it is always in the description of every matchup that you see all through the month of May during the entire tournament. And all of this culminating, the final 2 will be in a matchup at Doomsday, the main event of Day 1 of Doomsday on June 14th. And the main event of Day 2, June 15th, Symbiote Spider-Man versus Sagat for the CIW Heavyweight Championship. And now, wait a minute. Oh, the Face Buster! This Skylar driver. And is that going to be enough to take down Noob Saibot? And boy, what an elimination that would be. And didn't go for the cover in classic Ranger fashion. And, oh, wait a second. And might pay for it. Magic Eraser onto the Blue Ranger. And now a cover here from Mr. Clean. 1, 2... 3. Oh, God bless the SPD Rangers. They tried. As now it's a suplex as Skylar eliminated. And Frozone not looking good. Mr. Clean with the great elimination there. And now we are down to 5. As Skylar has just run into the crowd in disappointment. We don't beat around the bush. We just get right to the locker room. We don't go around the ring. We just evaporate. You know, we don't got time for that. We're CIW. We got things to do. And the Riddick clutch onto Frozone. I was just about to say cover 1, 2, 3, and Frozone's eliminated. And now we're down to 4. And now another double team here. This time it's Noob Saibot and Riddick with a double suplex onto Ermac. I'm sure that must feel good for Noob Saibot, considering that Ermac was the one who delivered a handful of Ermac's elbows that cost him in that elimination chamber. Speaking of elbow drops, there's one to Ermac from Riddick. And drop toe hold from Mr. Clean, who is certainly on his game here tonight. And Mr. Clean, a longtime veteran. Oh, what a DDT! And I think that Ermac has been busted open. And and now he may not be his head that he needs to worry about, though. The Riddick clutch. We just saw that take care of Frozone. As Mr. Clean and Noob Saibot still duking it out here. But is that going to be enough for Ermac to tap out? And he taps. Ermac is eliminated by Riddick. And he is certainly on his game. We are down to Noob Saibot, Mr. Clean, and Riddick. What a trio here in this matchup. First round of the GW Climax. We see another singles match. In our next matchup, Shiva versus the Riddler. And that is certainly a matchup, as I expect that to go a certain way, but who knows what's going to happen, as the Riddler is part of DC and they always have a bag of tricks up their sleeves. And that tight spandex that they all seem to wear for some reason. And now an elbow drop from Mr. Clean from Riddick onto Mr. Clean rather. As Noob Saibot trying to stay in this, the lightest of the 3. But has the most decorated championship resume. Even though a 2-time tag champion is both Mr. Clean, a 1-time tag champion. A 2-time tag champion is Riddick. Riddick has some major victories over his name. The reason that Satan is, or Mr. Clean is no longer Dr. Dirty, or the satanic version of Dr. Dirty, is largely in part because of Riddick. Thanks to that 6-on-6 tag match we had years ago. Oh, wait a second. And an elbow smash and another Riddick clutch onto Noob Saibot. And you have to imagine they know the threat that Noob Saibot can be. Is Saibot going to tap out here? That would be and I don't think he did. I don't think he did, but that still might be enough. The cover 1, 2, 3. And we are down to Mr. Clean and Riddick here in this first round of the GW Climax. Boy, this could go to either individual. Both of these guys have been having a run as of late. Mr. Clean has been very impressive in this matchup. Riddick has 3 eliminations. Mr. Clean has 1. But it all comes down to who comes up with their hand raised at the end of the matchup. It's not about who you eliminate, it's about who ends up victorious. And it could be either individual. And oh, what a face buster! As there is, I'm sure, a term that JOSHAGEDDON is screaming at his television to remind us what it is. But he is not here because that is just how we drew it. And that's the way, we like it. Here at the GW Climax, the most unhinged pay-per-view you have ever seen. Unhinged pay-per-view. Most unhinged tournament you have ever seen. And now testicular torture, as Riddick is not messing around with Mr. Clean. These two no strangers. For sure. Mr. Clean was one of the early enemies of the Shades of Black. And I'm sure there's a lot of, considering how much all of the Shades of Black hold grudges, I'm not surprised that there is a grudge to be held. And remember, when Mr. Clean was Dr. Dirty, they got a victory over the Shades of Black. And oh, what a German suplex. They got a victory over the Shades of Black in the Elimination 6-man tag at CIW versus TAW. So there's definitely some old wounds because all of these people are petty. We learned that about the Shades of Black a while ago. And Mr. Clean, he's he's just trying to keep things on the level now. But it is definitely taking a toll on his body, the punishment that Riddick has put him through. Oh, and wait a second. Look at this suplex. Now walking around with him. Oh, look at the timing and a big suplex there. Excellent job by Riddick. You know he is. Oh, no. And now we might be seeing the end, as it is a Riddick clutch here. That big, devastating Riddick clutch could be enough to put Mr. Clean away, but he gets out of it, but still. Oh. Riddick is going to make sure that there is no getting up from this. A second Riddick clutch in a row. That, I don't know how anyone could manage to escape from that. And that could do it here. 2 Riddick clutches in a row. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! It is not over. Mr. Clean, how did Mr. Clean kick out of that? 2 Riddick clutches, that had to be it. And Mr. Clean somehow found a way to kick out of 2 Riddick clutches in a row. And but could he do this? Could he get the magic eraser punch to the dick? Riddick is pissed after having a tremendously dominant performance up to now. He cannot be happy with the way that just went down. And this, oh no, he is certainly not happy. A 3rd Riddick clutch. And this, I don't know if, Mr. Clean, I appreciate the resolve, but I don't think you're going to kick out of this one. Is this over? It's got to be over. The cover here, that's it. 1, 2, 3. And I respect Mr. Clean tremendously. He shocked us all, kicking out of 2 Riddick clutches in a row, but that only enraged a man determined to move on to the CIW Heavyweight Championship picture. He's one step closer, ladies and gentlemen, as he eliminates 4 out of 5 competitors to secure that victory. What a win for this man. Congratulations to Riddick. To moving on to the 2nd round, we will find out who he faces in just a few days. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in 2 days for the next matchup.